two together can wreak havoc.
Blogtalk Radio.
Right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Diva of Days of Our Lives. This is our 457th Blog Talk Radio show. You can find all our shows and interviews here on Blog Talk Radio. You can also find us on Facebook at Diva of Days of Our Lives, and we're also on Twitter at Diva of Dole, and we're also on iTunes. And I am Mama Hooch. And I'm Marianne, and you can find me at Mama Hooch on Twitter. And we have Jen with us tonight. Hi, Jen.
Hi, I'm at REXJDK at Twitter.
And I think we have Miss Anna with us. Hi, Anna.
Hello.
Hey, Anna.
Hello. I'm at Cosby Hooch on Twitter.
And we have the Diva Carrie, who you can find at Diva of Dole. And you can also find at Bob Hapka and at Amy Hapka on Twitter, and at Teo Penglis, at Lauren Coslow, and at Kill Tripp USA, who is Ian Buchanan. So how's everyone doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Cold February.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing okay? Yeah, okay. Yeah, same old. It's like Groundhog Day, just another day.
Yeah.
Yeah, glad you're not in Texas.
First time in my life.
In Dallas or
Houston? I've
Houston?
moved to the West, where I can honestly say I'm glad I wasn't in Texas right then.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I do. I have been thinking and praying for all my friends whether I know them or not. When you're in Texas, you're always family, no matter what. So I hope that they get water soon, and that I know. I know I've been in touch with our buddy Doc, and she was actually sending me videos where she was breathing. You could see her breath in her house.
Oh my God!
That's how cold it was.
In her house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had it pretty bad. I mean, she was having to stay, like, a group of friends, like, kind of moved to the house that had power, and then that house would lose power, and then somehow they all ended up at her house with their respective cats. So I told her I'm sure George, the older cat that she has, was thrilled with that. But they've tried to make do. But she said her olive oil actually froze. She had a bottle of olive oil and actually froze in her pantry. Yeah.
Oh my.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in all seriousness, it sounds like we're joking about it. It's really been very serious, and my heart goes out to everybody down there, and hope and pray that things can get back to, normal as soon as possible, and that there's no more loss of life or anything, because I know that it's so extreme. I mean, if it gives you an idea, I lived in Houston for many years, and I remember in 1989 having to go and buy a heavy jacket because we were having an ice storm. I didn't own a heavy jacket. I had like maybe a rain jacket. But I actually had to go to the store, go to the mall before the storm came in, because
Things
once
are
the storm
changing.
came in, you can't go anywhere because the ice down there. I mean, ice is bad anywhere, but they don't have the equipment. But I remember, and I heard somebody reference on TV the other day that it hadn't been since 1989 they'd had such a bad storm. So, and this was actually much worse overall. But as far as Houston was concerned, it had been since like 1989 since it had something like this. So, and of course, this is affecting them statewide. So, pretty bad. So, anyway.
I was going to say, it's a big area, a lot of states, a lot of cities. Dallas, Austin,
Yeah.
They got to get those poor people on the grid. They're like national, power grid or something.
Well, the problem is our national power grids are screwed too. I mean, it's human nature, it's government nature.
Up.
You always put off what you can. You always think, we'll spend money on some other stupid thing and not that. And I mean, the people, it's actually a corporation that runs the Energy Reliability Corporation or something.
Yeah.
And one of the people even
well,
lives in
reliable.
Massachusetts, so they're not even local. But you know, I'm sure they'll figure out how all this happens. But
change.
I think they were probably always preparing for a extreme heat event, not an extreme cold event.
Yeah,
cold event.
Yeah, but anyway, so my thoughts go out to everybody down there struggling right now, and hopefully anybody who probably don't have many people listening from there tonight because they probably don't have power or they don't have their phones charged. But you know, but thinking of them. So
okay. So everybody get a chance to watch the show? I was going to start out with any certain thing that you liked or didn't like, or
I got through Wednesday. I never did get to go back yet and see the online that was preempted, the 4 days that were preempted the week before. But I saw Monday through Wednesday of this week. So I still haven't seen the infamous the Kate and Vivian thing from last Friday that I missed. But
Vivian.
So. But I saw Monday through Wednesday of this week so far, so that's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Jen?
Okay. So
I caught the whole week.
Oh, good. For you, Marianne, you did? Did you?
Oh yeah, I watch it on demand every night after come home from work, eat my dinner, and watch my hour of days.
Watch your stories.
So that's watch my stories. So the one and only that I watch.
Mm-hmm.
So
story.
Yeah, I do have time. I do have time to do that. So yeah. So, but
great.
Yeah. So I was going to say, I guess we saw the exit of Jen now. You know, they buried Laura. So, and she made a reference that she's going to go back to Boston. And her and Mike are going to settle Laura's estate. So I have a feeling she's going to be gone for a while, and whether this is a way to have the other, or, you know, Melissa Reeves to come back. I haven't heard that she's coming back yet anytime soon, but this could be.
I haven't either, but that would be awesome.
You know, so have her gone for a while.
Katie McLean did a good job. I mean, it's a hard situation to walk into, but, you know, it's probably best that there's a rest for the character, we'll say.
Yeah, I hope they bring Mike back.
What were you saying?
Yeah.
I hope they bring Mike back. They haven't mentioned him in years. They finally mentioned him.
It's
yeah,
funny
they did mention him.
I was going to say the same thing, but I think we want different Mikes brought back. I want Michael T. Weiss brought back.
I'll take either one. I love them both.
Okay.
You're going.
I didn't know
you're
the
going
other
way
Mike.
back.
I knew the one from the 80s. I didn't know the one from the 90s. So
yeah,
I love them both.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like them both.
I just thinking. I thought of you, Jen, when she said Mike. I was like, oh, that's gonna be like, come on back.
Yeah, I would take either one back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you never know. They keep, they bring old characters back, a lot. So you never know.
Mm-hmm.
They will. I guess I'll have to ask Jen this because she knows the history, and I had read something online about you remember when Jolie came out with the pancakes?
Yeah.
The pancakes
I don't remember
with the peanut butter pancakes. Did you hear about that though?
Mm.
Yeah, that was and Jennifer looked at them like, oh, and Julie thought they were her favorite, and oh no, don't. She didn't even want to look at them, and it was a reference to her character on all that she played in All My Children. Something about, is that how she got killed, or did somebody poison her with them? I don't know. Yeah,
I only watched.
That's what that was all about.
Yeah, I only watched All My Children when it was online.
Yeah, so something must have had. Was it Dixie? Was that the name of her character?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's what it. Okay, so somehow she died, and it had to do with peanut butter or pancakes, banana pancakes with peanut butter. That's, I guess.
I thought that was strange.
So I don't know, because fans that knew that, and then that's why she reacted the way she did. So I guess you wouldn't realize, well, what was the big deal about that? But anyway.
Yeah.
And also Jolie. Yeah, like Jolie couldn't understand. Well, why did you? And I thought those were your favorite.
Yes,
I thought those were your favorite. And then Julie went on her big tirade. Did you see her going on and on about,
how she
about Gwen and everything. Yeah. Settle down, Julie. Yeah. Julie was being Julie, as she always says.
And then Jennifer was kind of like, well, Gwen is Jack's daughter,
Yeah. And then,
so I haven't actually seen the episode where Laura died. Do you guys think it was an accident?
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was.
It could have been, yeah. I mean, it seems like Gwen is just the way she's playing it, that she seems to be genuine, that it was an accident.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I think, she had kind of come at her or whatever, I think, and she just, I think she pushed her or something, and her head supposedly hit the table. Yeah. But I don't know. So far, we haven't seen any other indication that it wasn't an accident. So
right.
I don't know. Yeah. No.
I do think Gwen looks really pretty with her hair up when she has it up like that. So it's really classy. Really pretty. Yeah.
But sometimes it's like,
I thought it was funny that
hard
Jake
to believe.
Totally thinks she did it on purpose. Jake runs it.
Oh, well, yeah. Jake and
I wanted to offer.
Abby does too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think most of people do, except Jack, I guess. And then there was a scene with her and Charlie. They got together again, and we're talking. And, of course, Charlie's saying that he didn't do it. Gwen saying, that he didn't rape Allie, and, and he didn't drug his mother, and, so they're kind of going at it that way. And Jen, you were saying you like Charlie and Gwen.
Yeah, I like them together.
Yeah. So, and speaking of Charlie, I know that there's a thing in Soap Opera Digest, and I think Ron tweeted there's a murder mystery coming up, and it's he put the headline, "Sorry, Charlie."
Oh,
so I guess there must be a murder
because somebody
with
said
Charlie.
Because Lucas said he wanted to kill him, and I was like, I bet you Charlie's the dead guy.
And there's about a list of 9 or 10 people
of course,
that are going to probably could be suspects. Which, if you go down the line,
there's probably going to be none of them.
And Sammy's, Sammy's coming back. There's Tripp. There's Ava. There's Allie, Claire, Steve, Shawn, John, Lucas. There's a lot. There's so many people. Yeah.
Allie.
Ben.
Allie,
Allie. Claire. There's so many. Yeah, so I don't know. Or it could be,
I knew
said.
When Lucas said that in the public square, when he said, I'm going to kill you, I thought, okay, Charlie's the dead guy. We know that because they're going to blame it on Lucas or something.
Oh, yeah. It better not be Lucas. I'm going to be really pissed.
I know. Yeah.
But it's interesting, the comments like in Twitter, a lot of the people are saying to Ron, no, I like Charlie. And about the actor, he's such a good actor. We really like him. And I even tweeted back to him. I said, I said something about, he can be redeemed. He has a split personality. He can be redeemed. And I said, and of course, no one really dies in Salem, do they, or something? So I don't know.
Did Ron say anything to you back? No.
No. I don't know how often. I don't even know if he answers people, but no, he didn't say. There's a lot of people. But it seemed like I was kind of reading through the comments, and a lot of people he's going to see that a lot of people, are, liking this actor and Charlie, and they think that he can be redeemed. And someone was saying if Ben can be redeemed, if Kristen can be redeemed, if Ava can be redeemed, all this. Yeah. Which I'm thinking they're trying to go that way with Ava now.
The funny thing is, half of those people I don't think have been redeemed, but that's
I know.
No,
I have no
so
pity
far.
for Ava. Not one shred.
Well, we don't know if Ava's and Kristen. I don't think has been redeemed because she's back to her. She's back to her manipulative ways.
She's still cray.
No. And I don't know about Ava yet either. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Ben has so far. I mean.
Oh yeah.
A little bit. So. Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
Pretty much so. So I don't know. But, Ava. So coming to Ava, now, Nicole gets on my last nerve anymore. Did you see what she did to poor Rafe?
she's such a busybody, and she's like, oh yeah, you can stay at Rafe's house.
She is.
She's like, can we speak outside? Oh,
yeah.
That's so annoying.
She just volunteers it up without even saying
pissed.
anything to Rafe, putting Rafe in that position. Yeah, he was, but he ended up giving in to her.
Like,
she has that way about her with men.
Yeah.
She does have that way about her. But then Rafe, it doesn't take much. He's so, gullible.
And can you say conflict of interest?
He doesn't even consult his sister. I mean, she lives there too, right? I mean, like,
I was going to say, Gabi's there. Gabi moved back in.
Well, and the
I'm pretty
thing
sure
of it
Gabi's
is,
living
if
there.
you think about it, that's what Ava was responsible for Ari's great-great-grandfather's death. So, I don't know. I guess that makes my head hurt too much, but whatever.
When you think about it. But then Tripp was there, and it was almost like I thought Tripp was going to, like, move in and take care of his mother, and go back and live, because, she has her place, and he said he had it all fixed up for her.
He had everything ready and all. That was so sweet.
Mhm. So why not? Yeah, but they, they have to have this. I think, are they trying to pair Rafe and Ava? It sounds like maybe.
And
I thought it was
like,
going to be Rafe and Nicole, but
he's protecting her, kind of thing, or whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, and then we were talking about Kristen, and Kristen saw Vivian. So Vivian's in jail with Kristen. Yeah. So they ran into each other again, because Kristen was holding Vivian, right? She had her in one of those rooms.
That's right.
Yeah. She brought her back to life.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. When they were, that's right. But they also, weren't they being held captive down, wasn't it Marlena? Was it Marlena, Vivian, and Kate? The three of them that were locked in the wine cellar or whatever down in the dimension?
Oh, yeah. Kristen, was she behind that too?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then we have Kristen trying to convince Susan to switch places with her. Susan's eating her ice cream sundae. I don't know if you saw that.
That was
she's
funny.
saying no. She didn't want to do it, but then she goes to John and she goes to John and Marlena's, and Brady's out of the hospital now. And of course, did we see Brady getting dressed with? Or did we talk about that last week? I don't know if it was last week or this.
He was shirtless
with a shirt.
And has no heart
Did we talk about that?
Scar, by the way.
No
he
scar.
has got a heart transplant, no scar.
Man, he looks good though. But anyway,
he does have.
Of course, Chloe's button the shirt.
The most beautiful bare chest. I say bare because there's a very hairy chest, but I think it's very nice. But yeah, he does definitely have the nicest bare chest. Yeah. Anyway,
then he comes home and. He comes home and Chloe's she's going to do everything. She's going to take care of him. Oh. Yeah, she's all over him. And Susan notices this.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So Susan thinks otherwise. Well,
Susan initially is like, no, they're just friends, because Kristen's like, no, she's after him.
Right.
And she's like, no, I didn't pick up on any of that energy. And then when she comes home with him, like to help at John and Marlena's and all, and she's doting all over him, and you've got some mustard on your lips, and treat him like a 10-year-old. She's like,
yeah,
then she agrees.
She still got
Kristen,
to be really stupid though to go to prison. I mean, how dumb is that?
Now she'll be in prison. Yeah.
What a dumbass. But anyway, that's another story.
I know. Yeah. But that's Susan, I guess. So that'll be interesting to see. So then we had Sarah and Xander. I don't know if you saw that. They both asked each other to marry them.
Yeah.
She comes home with a cake, and he has a ring. Yeah, and he gives her the ring first, and she won't say anything, and he thinks, she's going to say no, because she was going to do the same thing, because on the cake it said, will you marry me? So, so I guess, I don't know what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I thought for a minute, too, the way she looked, I thought, she must be leaving town or something, the way she was looking at him. So, then,
So I guess, I don't know. So I guess she said yes, or he said yes, and so.
So then she got her hair
all
cut,
happy
and now she looks like it's not. Now she doesn't just act like a 12-year-old girl; she looks like one. So
it's like a 12-year. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff online about that. Oh, she's going after people.
And I don't mean to rag.
They were making fun of her, and they shouldn't do that.
I thought her.
Yeah.
No, they shouldn't.
I know. We
and
do.
I was just going to say, I thought
her
intermediate. I thought her previous haircut was adorable. Like, I didn't like her hair almost ever.
I did like
and
that
one.
I
loved that haircut.
The curly one?
Short. Yes.
Yes.
So that was really cute.
Yes.
But this one just, I thought it might have been cute, but she's so tiny and all. I just thought, maybe it's a little much. But you know what? It's like, so what? Whatever. I mean, that's part of the show. We can critique those things, but you don't get personal with somebody.
Everybody has
whatever,
different hairstyles.
Right, but I mean, we've
all had our bad hairstyles.
And,
I've been there. Yeah, we all have.
You know, and also we have to keep in mind these guys are having to do a lot of their own hair and makeup right now because of COVID. So maybe some of them are going for a little bit easier cut too, because So, I mean, I don't know. Who knows? But I do think it's a valid criticism, but I don't think anybody needs to be mean about it. But whereas I used to think
we could talk about it here, but I would never tweet. Tweet her and tell her that.
No.
That's what people are doing,
But anyway, and there were some earlier in the week. I didn't see them Thursday and Friday yet, but there were some nice Kate and Jake scenes, some cake scenes. But where he wanted her to come carpool with him and come into work with him. And she was like, I still haven't decided yet, So she was antsy when she discovered that Philip was taking over Titan. She was dying. She couldn't wait to get over there to figure out what was going on there. So, of course, she walks in, and Gabi's already over there in her leopard print dress trying to...
What'd you think of that dress with her?
Oh, my God.
I mean, the girl can wear a dress. I mean, what can I say?
She looked great in it. I can't take that away
from her. She looks
great.
Can't take that away. But like someone was saying, that's not what you dress for in an office to, professionally. I said, no, but that's what you dress to get what you want. Put it that way.
Yeah.
But not necessarily in front of Philip, but in front of Jake, because she was teasing Jake, and Jake was looking. We caught him looking. He was looking. So did you?
Who's not going to
look? With Kate and Philip? Did you want to talk about Did you see the scenes with Kate and Philip?
Well, I don't know if these were all of them, but she was saying, maybe you should consider, Gabi's proposal or whatever. And then Gabi's like, wait a minute, you just want me to be here so that I'm not over there because you know that Jake really wants me. And she's kind of like, no, that's not why, And then as soon as Gabi leaves, and Philip's like, so, Mom, are you really concerned about that? I mean, is that really why you want me to look at this? I don't remember what Kate said, but anyway. So.
Yeah, I think that's what Philip thinks, At first I thought, I don't know if Kate would want that with Gabi being around Philip. But I see where she would, I'd rather have Gabi working for Philip than being around Jake.
Well, but on the other hand, too, she has always been in Gabi's corner. And so I could see from a business perspective rooting for her to get her business back and get her business going again. I could see her being like, maybe you should look at it. That would be great. I don't know. I think they were purposely reading more into all that than I thought really was necessary, but whatever. So anyway.
So that'll be interesting. Then we had the whole Ben and Ciera. Ciera's locked in her little cage, and so we see Rhodes going to. He goes to see Vincent, but finds Orpheus. So we see Orpheus is back. Yeah. And so he more or less tells them that Ben or Vincent is dead. So now you're working for me. So he goes back and tells Ciera that, and then all of a sudden he's standing there and somebody shoots him. So I don't know. So in the meantime, Ben and Shawn figure out that Vincent had this accomplice named Rhodes because they checked the visitor thing I think that's how, because they knew Vincent had somebody visit him, and he signed in by this alias name, so they looked it up, and Shawn found, his real name is this is his address. So they go to his address, and you think that they're busting in to save Ciera, but no, it was Rhodes' old place, so it really wasn't.
Shoot.
So we find out that Evan's back too. He's the one that shot Rhodes.
Rhodes?
Now it's Rhodes. So I kind of liked him. I wish they would have kept him around. But
I know he was kind of sexy. I was like, they could reform him.
He was.
I'm like,
And now I guess Evan is telling Ciera now he wants revenge on her because she's the one that got him locked up. You know, she had him at gunpoint to save Ben. This is the guy. This is the one that killed Jordan, not Ben. Oh. And she's telling him, well, I thought you redeemed yourself and you turned your father in. And he says, well, they let him out of Bayview. I guess he's out of Bayview. So now I don't know whether I heard different things. It looks like he's going to get revenge on Ciera, but someone says, no, he's more or less going to rescue Ciera. So I don't know if we're going to see the bad Evan or the good Evan. Yeah. So I don't know. And we saw Clyde was back too. So they had them three back for a little bit. Ben went to see Clyde, tell him about Ciera to try to get his help. So we saw with Clyde. So I don't know. So I don't know how much longer. Maybe Evan kidnaps Ciera and takes her somewhere else, and we're still looking for Ciera. I don't know. You know how they drag those things out?
It's a shame they can't trace that unknown caller thing. You know, like if he had a real cell phone as opposed to like a burner phone. You know, because she used his phone. She used his phone to call Ben. So you would think the police could somehow track like the ID for that phone or something like that. But I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, they did not mention. Yeah, they didn't say anything about that.
Phone, okay, dialing it back for a minute. Speaking of phones, talking about Charlie and how he's now twisted things around with Allie and said that she called him because they had exchanged phone numbers, I guess, at the wherever they were partying. So wouldn't that be an easy thing to figure out? Couldn't they go look at phone records and see if she initiated a phone call to his cell phone and vice versa or whatever? Because he literally said she called me, which surprised me because I thought she went back I thought she took Tripp home. So when she calls me and I go over there and she's like all over me and like basically she's the one that initiates everything. He was like, sure, I shouldn't have done it, but I did, because she was really drunk or whatever. Well, he's claiming that she called him and that he got a phone call from her.
They should be able to tell.
I would think that somebody could track that down. That seems like common sense. And I don't know, has anyone brought that up yet?
No.
No.
Because that would be a very easy thing to prove. I mean, one way or the other. It wouldn't necessarily prove that anything happened, but it could quickly, destroy his story. So, I don't know. Yeah. Did you notice how he was curious? He's like, is that my son or whatever? And then Lucas jumps in with, I'm going to kill you.
Oh, did you see Lucas go all Lucas on him again?
For a moment,
Lucas
he was
back
like,
crazy again.
Is that my son? But, yeah. I did like the scenes with Allie and Marlena and how she's like, am I ever going to get over this? Am I ever going to be able to move on? But talking about how much she loves Henry and like she doesn't even think about who his father is. And then Lucas tells her, oh, yeah, by the way, he's out of jail. And she starts freaking out because she didn't know that.
Yeah.
So.
But they did say that they could still get him on Ava's kidnapping, that he still could go to jail. But Charlie feels that, that they're not, that they're not going to believe him. They're saying, or somebody was saying the case not be that airtight or something because Ava was drugged and how reliable was, her testimony going to be.
And of course, she could totally tie herself up to the chair or whatever by herself. That would certainly be, that would be dumb though for them to believe
Maybe he gets off of that, and that's why everybody's mad that he got off of that, and he's not going to answer for anything.
Who knows?
That could be like the motive for people going after him. So I don't know. So, and He did
Instead
have
of
some,
house arrest, I think he should get. I think it should just be that Charlie has to wear his glasses all the time because that's when he's nice.
Yeah. The good Charlie. Yeah. He hasn't had his glasses on this. He didn't have his glasses on this week. He was kind of
hope he didn't lose them.
Nasty Charlie.
We're in trouble. And he twisted. He went berserko on Claire. Like Claire was like, no, I want you. I don't want you near me and
Claire,
everything.
I thought sometimes he
grabbed
his glasses on when he's around Claire.
If Ben hadn't come along, he was really hurting
he was bad,
her.
Charlie.
So he was bad, Charlie.
Yeah.
But the actor is good. Charlie. I have to admit, he is doing a good job with it. But,
oh yeah, he is. He's another one that came on and kind of like took to him even when he started at Titan. We saw him as this like nerdy, bumbling like intern, and he was kind of good and that. Even though we read the spoilers and find out all of a sudden, he's going to be probably Allie's baby daddy. It's like sometimes I don't know why I even read the spoilers because then it takes all the fun out of watching because I know it's going to happen. But just so used to.
I knew it reminds me a little of Nick.
What about Nick?
Yeah, reminds me a little about Nick.
Nick. Oh, okay, yeah. So then we had some scenes with Gwen and Abby at the gravesite.
Oh.
Abby was going after Gwen.
Yeah.
So, and then she ran into Gabi. She wants Gabi to, help her take Gwen down, or I don't know what plan Gabi they have for. But I guess did Gabi agree, or was she thinking about it, or I don't know. I think, but Abby wants her. She's thinking about it. Yeah, she wants Abby to help her get revenge, I guess, against Gwen. I don't know exactly what's going to happen there.
Wait, who wants revenge? Wait,
Abby and Gabi.
Abby and Gabi.
Well, when you said Gabi, I was going, why does Gabi care?
Because Gabi.
Well, she set her up. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I was like, why
was
does
framed.
Gabi even care? Okay, that's right. Yeah. That's right. She was blamed the whole
because
time.
it was Gwen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She was blamed the whole time. But I guess that kind of really isn't Gwen's fault. I mean, Gwen didn't frame her. She just did it,
Right.
But, I don't know. Abby's just trying to get her in. And I don't know what's going on with Chad. I don't know. Chad's just being Chad.
Who cares?
Chad and Abby are trying to patch things up. They're still trying to, So, did we have any Victor? I don't think we had any Victor. I know they said Suzanne Rogers is like taking a little leave of absence or something. They didn't say why, but I guess she won't be on for a little bit. So that's why she hasn't been on. But did we have any Victor? I think we haven't had Victor for a while. We haven't had Bonnie and Justin on either.
The last Victor was with the boys fighting over Titan and paddling on each other.
Titan, that was last, Philip
I
and
haven't seen any.
Xander.
Of course, I've missed some episodes, but I haven't seen the Bonnie.
No, they haven't. They weren't on this week at all, and I don't think they were on last. They haven't been on. I don't think the last couple of weeks. So, and I guess Tony and Anna. I don't know if they're still there. Never said that they left. I don't know if they'll pop up, but it's a little bit. I don't know because they were on, but yet they never said that they left town. So I don't know what's going on there. I'd like to see more of them.
They should move into that house.
I know.
What's that? Yeah.
They should move into the mansion.
Yeah. Definitely.
Everyone else is
it's
there.
Kind of like, remember how for a long time, it became like a running joke almost because Doug and Julie were always on a cruise, so they'd come in every once in a while, but otherwise they were off. And it's like, I'm so glad they got rid of that, and they actually made them a part of the show again on a regular basis. And they should do the same thing with Tony and Anna. I mean, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Because they know Doug and Julie are living there at the Horton house. Alice and Tom's old place, and that's where Jennifer was living too. Yeah, but that we know that Doug and Julie are. Then Julie has Julie's place, and they come on every so often. But That's what they need to do is have them move in, but I don't know. So, and let's see. I did say Sammy's coming back, and Jackie Hare is coming in as Paulina Price. I heard she's supposed to be Lonnie's aunt.
Oh, cool.
Oh, when you said Price, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Price,
okay.
yeah.
That's good
And I
cast.
thought maybe she was going to be playing the new actress playing her mother, but she's going to be her aunt, said.
Okay.
Ooh.
And I'm thinking, is this somebody for Abe?
Maybe.
For Abe. That would be interesting. That would be fun. So, always been trying to match up Abe, although they had Valerie come back, and it seemed like him and Abe were getting back. I don't know if she sounds like she's staying for a little bit.
There was a little bit of Kate and Abe
competition
action,
there.
But then nothing went there. Yeah.
Kate and Abe, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Were Sheila and Abe?
Oh, and there were early in the week there was I did like it that they showed Lucas apologizing to Tripp.
Yep.
You know, that was good.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Anybody remember anything else?
Like if Ava, he's got her house already. He got her apartment or whatever all ready for her and fridge stocked and the whole bit. And then like he was excited because he even moved out of before all this happened. He had just moved out of Steve and Kayla's place because he wanted to be, spend time with his mom. So now what's he going to think? Okay, I moved out and I moved into your place, and now you're living with Rafe Hernandez? Like, kind of weird.
Yeah, I know doesn't make sense. It's just like a plot thing, what I mean? They just did it to get them together.
You would think that Ava would want to stay with Tripp, because she just idolizes him and just adores him. Yeah.
Oh, it's for better protection.
A little weird.
That's what it is from Charlie. Yeah. Like, I guess that's why Tripp is kind of agreeing to it because Rafe can protect her.
Is this all because of the Nicole angle, or is this all for when Sammy comes back and discovers that Rafe is protecting Ava, who killed her grandfather? Is this going to be like a Sammy
I don't know.
explosion?
I'm sure Sammy will have something to say about that. Yeah, I'm sure Sammy will have something to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for a new EJ to come back. I still think that might happen, so I don't know. I don't know. I think there's probably been enough time. I don't know. I don't know if a new one will ever be accepted. It won't for really diehard EJ fans, but I don't know. Which I love DJ. I love James Scott as EJ.
I just think it's time for Sammy to be. I mean, I know Jen. I know you're not a big fan of Sammy's at all, but I don't really care about EJ. But I just think it's time for Sammy to be back in town with her kids, with her grown kids.
With her kids, the other Johnny and Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jen.
Oh, she's not a Sammy fan. Guess you weren't an EJ fan either, or Sammy and EJ. Yeah.
Not really. I did like Sammy and Lucas. Because he liked
Sammy and Lucas.
Yeah, Lumi.
Yeah.
I like Lumi.
Yeah, and if Lucas is going to come back, well, if he's on contract, they should need to find him somebody.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And they've tried him with different people. I mean, he was good with Sammy, yeah. I liked him with Chloe, too, when they tried to they had them kind of together for a little bit. I guess it was kind of more like as friends, but no.
They ought to bring Autumn on for him. The woman he was seeing in Hong Kong.
Oh,
that's right.
You said Autumn. Oh, okay.
They always got.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It was like, is spring coming or whatever?
Yeah.
She's always coming up with different. Was it fall or spring? It's autumn.
Speaking of when you said spring, it made me think that's how they're going to mention about Maggie not being there because she's off visiting Summer. Spring, I thought Summer, and I did read that. Yeah. It's going to be addressed why Maggie hasn't been on.
Summer actually But Summer actually is alive? I thought Summer was killed. Or were we just speculating that Summer was the one that hit their car or something?
Yeah, but maybe she's getting near death. She's supposed to be, no, she has cancer or something. She was dying.
Oh, that's right.
But we don't know. It never said she did die yet, so I don't know. Maybe that's why. Maybe she's dying or something. I don't know. But that's she caused the wreck. Yeah, right? Yeah. All right. I don't think any other big news or any other day stuff coming up. I don't know. They might be off, I guess, if they have the Olympics in the summer. If they do, I don't know. If they will. They probably won't be on, but off for that. But, well, I'm trying to think. I think we covered everything. Jen, can you remember anything else or any other points you want to make?
No. Not that I can think of.
Nah? Okay. All right, then. Everybody has this rest of the weekend.
Yep. Let's
stay warm. Yeah.
Okay.
Still cold here. So, yeah. Yeah. All right.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Okay. Bye. Good night, everyone. Yep. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
A Kia SUV is capable of taking you far. But when you use it locally to help your community, you go even further. Whether that's carrying cargo, bringing your team with you, ready, or navigating new terrain. Power up your capability with the right Kia SUV. Do more with the Kia Sportage, Kia Telluride, Kia Sorento, or Kia Seltos. Kia. Movement that inspires. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.